What's up everyone? Ryan the Bomb here, and I'm here to conclude the job story videos by ending it with my time at Albertsons. My original plan was to be with Albertsons for 3 months, but those 3 months turned into nearly 4 years. To briefly recap my job story videos, I worked at FedEx for nearly a month, and yeah, it was a bad job. And I was unemployed for nearly 2 months, and then I just got desperate, so I just applied to Albertsons and got myself into a cashier position. So yeah, I worked at Albertsons for nearly 4 years, and I was a cashier and a self-checkout attendant the whole time. Remember back in my warrant video when I said I wasn't gonna be a cashier again? No more register. Because I was like really sick and tired of the job. I just wanted to get out of register and never return again. Yeah, that lasted long, didn't it? And once you guys are finished with this video, don't forget to check out my awesome merch in Redbubble. I'll have the link in the description below. But I'm not going to talk about what you do as a cashier. I feel like it's kind of obvious, and you just scan stuff and greet customers, help them out if they need help. And self-checkout's no different. If a machine beeps for an attendant to come over, you just scan your badge and just help them with their situation, and you just go about your day. Now, going into this job, I didn't know anything much about digital coupons because I mostly shopped at Walmart at the time. And if we did shop at grocery stores, we weren't all about digital coupons. But the thing is, if you work at a grocery store, whether you're a cashier or a manager or you're working in some other department, you're gonna have to help customers out with digital coupons. Let me tell you guys, I couldn't tell you how many times. Pretty much every day I was there, I had to help these people out with coupons. And there are some people that don't even have the app at all, or they have no idea how to use the app. So I have to go on their phone and just look up the coupon and press clip deal. Like, it's just a few easy steps. And this is one guy, he said he has a master's degree. Yeah, well, I'm sure he does. I mean, I believe him, but I don't know. I feel like a person with a master's degree should know how to use an app with ease. But that's just me. And most of them are understanding. A few of them are like, oh, really? Like, oh, can you just help me out or something like that? Once in a while, we will just give it to them. You know, because one of our managers would tell us, hey, just take care of them. And for all of you customers out there, please make the employees' lives easy and just try to use the app. Just try to familiarize yourself how it works. Just try to have yourself be open to make this easy for you. And if you don't have the app, just download it. Play around with it for a few minutes. Because at some point it just got so fatiguing. It's just the same old, you know, putting out all these small fires. And I mean, it's just fatiguing. I mean, I don't mind helping some of these people, but it just gets repetitive over time. It's ridiculous. Now guys, I didn't hate the job. It's okay at best. I like all the coworkers and managers I worked with. They're all great people. And I miss working with them. But there was one coworker that I did not like, who I will describe as a weirdo with a bitchy tone. She works a self-checkout. She's like in her 50s or 60s or something, but she's just bossy for no reason. And she's been with this company for over 20 years. And apparently she used to be a manager. Well, she acts like a manager even though she isn't one. I've had a couple of coworkers who are like, oh, I thought she was a manager. Well, yeah, I don't blame you because she's bossy. And she's constantly bossy about everything. So every time I would clock in, I will just hurry up to the time clock because I don't want to see her. I don't like seeing her even for a second because she's a freaking weirdo. If I was a manager, you know what I would have done? I would have professionally put her in her place and tell her to shut up. I would be like, okay, now that I'm here, I will tell the courtesy clerks and the cashiers what to do. You just stand self-checkout and you help these customers and you look pretty. and you just keep your damn mouth shut. And another annoying thing about this job too, and especially around the last year of my tenure, is I had to push surveys on people. And I might have said this also in my Walmart video, but on top of, having to help people, helping customers with all the digital coupons, I had to tell them, hey, take this 2-question survey, let us know how awesome we are, because if we don't get enough surveys, corporate's gonna come over and basically visit and basically tell us we need to do more surveys. And guys, I'm not that guy who's gonna tell you to do a survey, okay? I'm just not. It's simple. If you do the survey, you do it. If you don't, you don't. I don't do surveys. Once in a while, if I go to like an event or something, I'll get an email of a survey. And about 100% of the time, I don't do the surveys. I mean, you'd be lucky if you got a $500 gift card, but I'm not gonna do surveys. If I'm not gonna do surveys, why am I gonna tell everybody else to do it too? I'm just not gonna do that. It's ridiculous. It's pretty pathetic. I feel like a used car salesman. And I'm not gonna name any names, but I had one manager. She took a bunch of cat-shaped stickers and she put them on all the POS systems and all the registers and the self-checkout lanes, basically telling people to please do the surveys. And and I laughed. I'm like, are you kidding me? This is ridiculous. This is literally silly. I mean, this is, again, a used car salesman would be doing this. They'd be doing like, oh, please do this for the kittens. Just buy this crappy used car for this kitty, please. I mean, holy crap. Basically begging people to do these surveys. I mean, it was just so funny. So with the customers, yes, I've gotten some good relationships with customers. Some are just acquaintances, and a few of them were like people I legitimately like to talk to. Like, I see them more as just customers. Like, they're almost like friends in a sense, on top of a few of my coworkers being friends. And I've rarely had angry customers. When we had to wear masks, we've had some customers argue, like one who's an anti-masker and one who's clearly a masker, and just arguing about, oh, these masks don't work and blah blah. And yeah, and I even had one racist customer who went to an Asian lady, the Asian cashier, and basically told her, you're the reason we have to wear these stupid masks and for this whole stupid COVID thing going on. I'm like, what? That is so racist. Seriously. Blaming one race for a pandemic is not okay. And we've also had some smelly customers, and one of them was the worst. This smelly butthole. He would constantly go through self-checkout. And I worked self-checkout at this time a lot. And I'd be seeing this freaking smelly asshole every day. And I have to smell this dude, and when he buys alcohol, I have to get close to him. But when I don't have to be close to him, I stay a good 6 or 10 feet or so away from him, and then when he leaves, I have to spray around for his smelly ass. I mean, I wish it was funny, but it's not. I mean, if you went to the register, it's different, but I don't want to deal with this guy. Nobody does. And there were a couple of times where I tried to time me going to the bathroom, and he has to be a self-checkout, but oftentimes it doesn't work, so I have to deal with this smelly butthole one way or the other. And the reason why he smells like that is because he apparently puts like some skin stuff on him or whatever, which smells like old yogurt. And yeah, it was just disgusting. And me and my one manager would just make faces to each other like, oh yeah, because silently saying, yeah, this guy's gross, because he is gross. But not everything about the job is bad. No, there are some good things, like the customers I mentioned, and even some of the coworkers. Like all these coworkers, except for that one coworker, they're really easy to work with. Like I loved working with some of these people. Like it was insane. I even made friends with a few of them. The courtesy clerks, the cashiers, even the front managers. Like, they were just really easy to work with. Now, yeah, I've had the same camaraderie at Walmart, but I don't know. This one's more different, it's more personal, especially since it's a small store, it's not big like Walmart. But when I first started closing as a self-checkout person, me and this one coworker would be talking and yapping about just overall me and him and some courtesy clerks just chatting around. Like, it was really fun. Something small like that just made working there even better. And I loved closing. I love working the closing shift. That is the one shift I love to close because the whole front end is mine. Like, it's basically like I have this whole front end of myself while the manager or whoever is in the office counting money. And there's one coworker who I often chat with. He's younger than me. He's like 5 years younger than me. And at some point he became a grocery manager. And he's a pretty cool guy to talk to. And he often calls me Ryan the Bomb. So I love that he is also supported my YouTube channel as well. And another cool thing about working there, every first Saturday, they'll have an employee appreciation thing where they'll have pizza in the break room. Now, yeah, there are times where they'll have like Mexican food or Thanksgiving dinner food, but a lot of the time it was pizza, which is great because I'd be eating this on my break, on my lunch, and 99% of the time, there is so many boxes of pizza left over, I'll just take one home. To me, it's like, this is awesome. I feel appreciated, and hey, free lunch, and hey, I get to take a box home. I'd say about 1.5 to 2 years into the job, so like mid to late 2022, is when I really started to get sick and tired of the job. It was in a snail's pace, but from that time until my last day, it was like a snail's pace, just slow, just slowly getting sick and tired of the job. I mean, there's some good days, some bad days. And also around mid-2022 is when I got back into school again. And months later, I realized what I want to do myself with my life. And I realized, I like being creative. So I decided I'm gonna go for digital arts. And in the back of my mind, this job is easy and all, but I knew, I can't do this forever. Obviously, my plan's not to be with Albertsons forever. That's ridiculous. I am so much more than that. So I put in my notice, and I finished the last 2 weeks. And yeah, the weight kind of killed me, whatever. And yeah, my last day was self-checkout closing, the shift I love, which is ironic. But on my last day, I thought something funny. At that time, I thought, hey, why not just tell everyone it's my last day? So, on my last day, in total of 3 times, I went to the intercom and I told everybody, hey, it's Ryan's last day working here. If you happen to see him, don't forget to wish him good luck on your way out. And apparently one of the pages I made during my lunch, I've had people applauding me, which I didn't hear this because I was doing these announcements in the break room. But, I like that. I'm glad knowing that, hey, somebody applauded me and supported me for me moving on myself, my career, my education, all that good stuff. And yeah, just on this last day, I'm like, hey, I'm just here to work, make my announcements, and that's it. So yeah, nearly 4 years I've worked there. It's crazy. It's kind of surreal, and I sometimes wonder how I stuck around for this long. Because I've had other employees, they've been there for 5 or so years. One of the front managers has been there for 15. One of my friends has been there for 8. As a courtesy clerk, how do you be a courtesy clerk for that long? But hey, to each their own. And guys, sometimes we get comfortable in the things we do. But as easy as being comfortable is in our comfort zone, sometimes it's bad. Sometimes we need to change. And yes, change is scary. And it can be uncertain. But it's necessary. It can also be a good thing, a good, positive thing. Even if you may not see the future, change is a good thing. And that's why I saw myself like, yeah, I'm gonna move on from this place. It's an okay job and a okay job at best, but I need to move on. I knew I had to move on, and that's exactly what happened. So yeah, guys, that's it. This is my final job story video. I'm not gonna make any more of these unless I do have a job somewhere or I have an extraordinary story, but other than that, I don't plan on making these job story videos anymore. This is it. What do you guys think of this video? Did you like it? Did you not? Let me know in the comment section down below. And hey, again, don't forget to visit the merch. I have the link in the description below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more awesome content. Thank you guys. Have a great day. Ryan the Bomb out.